Hello, everybody. Happy New Year. It's January 1st, 2023, and I'm very excited to be back. I know I've been away for a bit. I had started out with my 3 days in December, and I was hopefully going to go all the way through Christmas. I did end up getting sick for a few days and losing my voice. And then I just got further and further behind because it got closer and closer to Christmas. So I actually, I did keep track of my weight through most of that, but I wasn't feeling very good. I was having some sleeping issues, as well as the loss of my voice. And it was a bit of a stressful time there before Christmas. But we made it through, and we're going to basically kind of start a reset from today. I contemplated trying to pick up and make those videos from like January or December 8th on. And I just decided with the way I was feeling that it was just too much. And I needed to get my health back on track before I did any of that. So we're all better now. We're getting way more sleep than we should be. Like, I think I'm sleeping about 16 hours a day, 14, 16 hours a day the last few days. So I think I need some sleep. But so far so good. And what we're going to do in this, we're going to consider today a reset. Now, I do have some of my measurements from the month of December, so I am going to put those in. Not all of them are as good, but I think I came out fairly even on my weight. I didn't gain a lot, I didn't lose a lot, and I probably would have lost more, except for, I'll be straight up honest with you, there were some pretty good goodies at Christmas dinner. For 3 days I was away from home, and I don't have sweets here, but I did like the sweets my mom had. She wasn't cooking for just me, she was cooking for everybody, and she makes really good sweets, and she made a carrot cake just for me. So and that was really good with pineapple and coconut in it. And so I hate to say it, but yes, I did indulge in that. So, and like I said, I wasn't home for several days. I did also end up doing a little bit of fast food. It did not help my cause any. I just didn't have the energy to cook or anything. So I'm just going to call it a wipe, like a lot of us do. Where we have good intentions through Christmas, and we're on the right track, and then doggone it, we just don't make it through. But the good thing is that doesn't make us a failure. In my eyes, you're only a failure if you quit and don't try again. You need to, sometimes you have to try and try and try. And if you look at, like, who was it? Thomas Edison tried how many times to invent the light bulb? And like well over 1,000. Can you imagine our world if he'd have stopped at like try number 2 or 3 or 4? We'd be in a lot different world, that's for sure. I wouldn't be sitting here in front of you, that's for sure. But so you know what, as far as I'm concerned, as I might get knocked down, but as long as I get up again and I've learned something from it, and I try again and try, and maybe I have to try twice and 3 times and 4 times and 5 times, however many times it takes me to get to my goal, that's what I'm going to do. Otherwise, I'm never going to get to my goal. So, it's embarrassing sometimes when you fall down, but the important thing is you get back up again and you try again, and that's how you get to your goal, not by trying once or twice and quitting. I mean, if you tried to read a book when you were a little kid and you couldn't get all the words right on the first try, you wouldn't give up on that. Or if you couldn't add, 3 plus 4 the first time correctly, you don't stop learning how to do math. Well, the same is true with everything else, like our personal goals. Most of the time, the reason we fail on those is because we give up too easy. And I'm not going to give up. I might fall down, I might stumble, I might fall off the wagon, but you know what? If I have to, I'm going to get back up and I'm going to chase that wagon down the road and hop right back on, because I'm just going to refuse to give up until I hit my goals. And now the weight loss is only one of the goals. My channel is called Elise Lightens the Load. And it's not just about weight loss, although that's the biggest one and the first one, but it's about a middle-aged woman who, I hate that term, creating the life that she wants for the last 20, 25, 30 years of her life. So I'm in a position now where my health is better than it's been before. My beautiful daughter, who I love immensely, has grown up and she's gone off on her own life. So, you know, I still have my parents who I love very much as well, and I enjoy helping them and spending time with them. But when you get older and, you know, you have opportunities to, how do I say this, to create the life you want a little easier. And there's some people I know who have been able to do that. My brother and sister-in-law have been very lucky. They've been able to, I think they're one of these people who started out with like a 5-year plan when they were really young. And they've been able to meet their financial and work goals all the way through. I think, well, they're doing pretty good. Let's put it that way. They travel all over the world. They're gone more than they're home. So I think in terms of finances and lifestyle and stuff, I think they'd say they're doing pretty good. So at this point in my life, that's what I want to do. I want to build a life that I will be happy with. I'm now in more of a position to be able to do that because of some health issues that are they haven't reversed, and they're not in remission or anything like that, but they're more controlled. You know, I'm not in a state of constant health crisis. And there are some things I can do to impact that. Now, I should tell you one other thing. Because of some health issues, I'm predominantly housebound. Now, I'm not 100% housebound, but when I don't go to very many places. I try to get my groceries first thing in the morning, 7 o'clock when the store opens. Fewer people in there, so there's fewer irritants to me. And some other time I'll get into this a lot more, but so I can go to the store certain times. I go to my parents' place. I used to, when I had my beautiful husky, whom I just recently lost. When I had him, I could take him to the dog park outdoors. Again, that was a fairly safe place for me to go. But for the most part, I'm here in my home, and that's it. Like 98% of my time is spent here in my home. So if I have to be here and I'm in a position to have a little more control over what my life looks like, I want to do that. And the first thing I want to do is lose weight, and I want to learn new things and explore, you know, new things that I can do maybe online. So this YouTube channel is starting out with me losing weight, 60 pounds, actually probably about 58, but we'll go 60. And I want to be down to 130. I'm 5'5". So 119 to 148 is my range for my height. And so I want to be 130 or just a shade under. we'll see how that goes. I mean, I'll get there in that, but maybe I'll get to 130 and think, oh, you know what? It doesn't look on you the way it looked when you were 25 or 30. So, we'll see. But I think that's where I want to be. That's where I'm most physically comfortable. So that's our goal. And as I said, I want to learn other things too. So just deciding to have a YouTube channel means I've got to learn a lot of new skills. I've got to learn how to videotape. Jeez, did I tell you how old I am there? I've got to learn how to vlog and how to record myself on my camera. Now, I already recorded this episode or whatever once, but I'm using my S10, my Samsung S10, and I had it turned around so that the screen side was facing away from me and the lens side was facing towards me. So I couldn't see what was going on. And I've got a little automatic remote here. So I can just push the button and it starts. It came with my light, my UBZ light stand. Anyways, so I'm rambling on there for 10, 15 minutes, whatever the case may be, and I get up and I'm all excited. I've got this vlog done. So I go look around and I'm like, it didn't record. It recorded 5 seconds. 5 seconds. So I flip my phone around so now I can see and I can make sure that it's taping. But the hard part is now I can't see where to talk to. I mean, I know generally where I'm supposed to be looking, but it's really hard not to look at yourself in the camera, like in the phone, what I'm doing there. But I actually need to be looking up here in the corner where my camera lens is. So, that's a new skill I have to learn. I have to learn, how do I upload these things to YouTube? How do I edit it? And I'm not very good at editing. So most of these things I'm just going to try and do in one shot. Maybe take out a couple of ums here and there. But other than that, there's another one, see? Other than that, I'm going to try and do it straight through. So, and I have to learn what's a thumbnail. Well, thumbnail? The thumbnail for a YouTube video is the screen you see when you go to click on it. So now I have to learn about thumbnails, and I have to learn about lighting and color and, all of these things. So I'm both excited to learn that and overwhelmed because there's so much information. But the nice thing is I don't have to learn it all in a day or a week or a month. I can take a full year to learn it at my pace. So long as I'm, making progress, I'm learning new things and learning how to do things. That's all that counts. So along with my weight loss, I'm going to try, today's going to be day 1, and I'm going to post, I'm going to put, I think up here in the corner, I'll try not to cover up the puppy too much, but I'm going to try and put on this side my Renpho app tracker. So I have a Renpho waist scale, and I have a Renpho app that I track each day. And so I can put the screenshot of my measurements up there. And it's really cool. I really, really like this because it tracks, not only does it track just my weight, sorry, I'm looking at myself again. Not only does it track my weight and how much I'm losing, but it tracks my BMI, my body fat percentage, my visceral fat, and my, what's the other one? There's another fat. I can't remember what it's called. Subcutaneous fat, I think it's called. It tracks my water level. It tracks my protein level. It tracks how much of my mass is bone. Now, some of these things a lot of them are percentages. So as my weight goes down, that number should normally come up. For example, my protein is supposed to be 14 is the minimum, and I'm fluttering around 12.9 or 13. So even as I lose 5 or 10 pounds, just having the amount of protein that I do without trying to have extra protein in my diet will go up, and it'll become a higher and higher percentage. Just like my BMI and those things are going to come down as I lose weight, and the percentages will change. So I'm really looking forward to that. So I'm going to try and post on there how much, like my daily weigh-ins. And a lot of people don't like to weigh themselves daily. That's fine. If you're coming along with me for the journey and today's day 1 for you, or day 10, or however far, and you want to measure yourself once a week, once every 2 weeks, once a month, once every second day, you go ahead. This is just me. I like to micromanage these things because then I can see how I like to micromanage my metrics. So I also have my pedometer here, and I don't know why it seems to be upside down these days. Maybe I put it in the case wrong. But I don't know if you can see that properly. I'll try and get it in there better. But it's got today's date, Sunday the 1st. It's got the time, and the very bottom one has how many steps I've taken. So on here, I have my step count set at 10,000 just automatically. And I've done like 494. That's not very good. I'll see if I can get a little bit more steps in before the end of the day. But so the plan is to each day tell you what my metrics from the day before were. So like today I'm starting, and I think my weight, it's either 188 or 189. I tend to think it's 188 today. So tomorrow I'll tell you what my weight is tomorrow morning when I wake up. And I'll also tell you what I did today as far as eating and exercise. And so we'll be able to see all that, and then we'll be able to see the results in my weight that, tomorrow. So I also am going to strive to drink 2 liters of water a day. And I'm in Canada, so it's liters. If you're in the US or use an imperial system, it's quarts, I think. Oof, it's been a while. It's quarts. Just a mason jar, just a regular old mason jar. And I can't see. I haven't got my contacts in. I haven't got my reading glasses up here, but I haven't got my contacts in, so I can't see if I have a mason jar handy. But I do have my water here that I'm drinking out of, that cup. So it's that if I have that, it's usually either water in there or Diet Coke. Occasionally, if I like the first one sometimes that I get from the store is, I'm going to be honest, it's been iced tea. I've had a real craving for iced tea lately, as I've mentioned before. And so that's one of my vices that I have to get rid of. And when I refill, I just refill it because it's easier to just keep that container. So I'll oftentimes, let me see if I can do this without branding here. So if I'm drinking out of this glass, 99% of the time I'm drinking Diet Coke. So I'll have Diet Coke in here, just because I drink from a straw. So I don't drink from a glass or a bottle. I drink from a straw. And so I usually have it in this. And I will almost always have one of these going and a 1 liter of water at the same time. I often put my mason jar, I fill it with water, and then I put a lid on it, and I just the top lid. I don't screw on the cap or anything. I just put a seal lid on top of it, and I put it in my freezer and I leave it there for 5, 6, 7 hours. As long as it's not sealed tight and you don't have it too filled and it's not like super frozen solid all the way through, you generally won't have a breakage issue. But I have done that before. I took and went to tap a straw into the jar, and it was a solid plastic straw. I went to tap it in, and the whole thing just exploded on me. So I'm like, okay, don't freeze it that much anymore. So now I tend to just, half freeze it, and we're all good. But 2 liters of filtered water a day, usually half frozen. Sometimes my Diet Coke. My food, I tend to eat fairly simple because I'm just one person. So, it's hard to make gourmet meals for one person. I eat a lot of potatoes. That's the starch solution part. So I eat a lot of potatoes as my starch. And then different veggies and stuff with it. I also make, I love this recipe for sweet potato stew, I think it's called. Sweet potato lentil stew. I'll show you that one sometimes, and I'll put a link in when I do post it, show it to you. I'll put a link in the bottom. But oftentimes, like, I'll make up a great big 12-liter container of this food. Sometimes I double up some of the ingredients and things, and I'll make up a great big huge pot of it, and then I just put it in Tupperware containers, either the 4-cup bowls, the bowls, the plastic bowls that are 4 cups. I think they're 4 cups, or the oblong rectangular ones that are about this deep, and those both contain 4 cups of food. So I often will put in 4 cups in there. I usually have 2 cups per meal. So, and then I put them all in my freezer here, freeze them up. Then I can just take them up. So stews and soups and stuff like that, I tend to do that way. Potatoes, I like my potatoes mashed predominantly, or microwave. But if I mash them and like just boil them and just mash them up, or eat them in chunks, I have better control over how much I'm actually eating. This morning, I actually had 2 potatoes and I nuked them. And when I was done, because I forgot what I was doing basically, so when I was done, I put them on my weigh scale and I weighed them out, and now I've got to do the transfer of the calories and such, and the nutrients like the fiber, the protein, the carbs, the sugars, those. I'm gonna try and include those on my foods when I eat them, and that way, because I don't know anybody else who does that, and I always want to know, oh, well, that looks great, and you're right, on a plant-based diet, you're right, you don't have to pay attention to your nutrient levels, because you're not going to overeat. If you're eating whole food, plant-based, no salt, sugar, oil, you're not going to overeat. If you haven't yet learned about calorie density, I would strongly suggest looking up Chef AJ's calorie density chart, because she does it beautifully. She explains calorie density. Huge, great. So if you haven't done that already, look it up, and she's got a chart, and it's also in the back of her book. Jeez. I'll have to remember to get that for next time. But yeah, so look that up, and you'll learn about calorie density and how many calories are in fruits and vegetables and grains and starches and all kinds of things, dry fruits and oils and all that stuff. And she does it in a really easy to think of, easy explanation. So I would suggest looking up hers. So The channel is basically going to be kind of, now getting back on track, the channel is predominantly going to be about me creating the life I want for the next few years. The first portion of it is going to focus on my weight loss journey and things that I'm learning by having a YouTube channel. So, and I know that requires a lot of discipline if I'm going to do things in a specific order. So the first order is to read a book called, it's about discipline. I'll show you tomorrow. I don't remember what it's called. I think it's by Daniel Walters. I'll show you tomorrow. So discipline, we got to get focused on track. I bought a planner so that I can, map things out, because I've just I'm not as good a planner as I used to be. I'm not as organized as I used to be, because, well, that's a whole other story. Someday we'll get to my health issues, but not today. But yeah, so it's going to be about weight loss. It's going to be about my journey of a middle-aged woman creating, I hate that word, of a middle-aged woman creating her life that she wants for the next few decades, 2.5 decades of her life. And I don't want to be broken down and just accept what life has to offer me. I want to get out there and I want to fight, and I want to create the person I've always known I could be. So I hope you'll come along with me on the journey. And sometimes it's scary, and sometimes I'll fail. I failed, I started making videos the first part of December. I think it was 6th, 7th, 8th. And then I got sick. I lost my voice. And so I could have very easily have quit and just said, oh, well, it didn't work. I'll try again. Maybe I shouldn't do that. I should be embarrassed. I didn't, achieve what I wanted to achieve. But no, you know what? I'm not going to be embarrassed, because I'm going to try again. So, I'm not going to give up because I fail once. To me, failure is if you don't achieve your goals and don't try to continue to achieve your goals. If you say, oh, well, that didn't work, or, oh, I'm embarrassed. What must people think of me because I didn't achieve my goals? Well, hopefully they think I'm human. You know what? Stuff happens. It didn't happen in those first 3 or 4 days. I couldn't follow through, but I'm resetting. So today's January 1st. We're resetting everything. We're going to start from here. You can look at those 3 videos. The very first video has a me shot now, so I'm not going to bring that one in again today. But needless to say, I look like I'm about ready to pop with twins at any time. So that's got to go. And a lot of that is actually just bloat. So, when you change your foods, you also change your dimensions rather quickly, and your health. So those are my goals. Get healthier, lose weight, learn some new skills and such, and create my life the way I want it to be within the confines of what I can do. So I hope you come along with me. I hope you, want to take this journey. I'm really, really excited. And if nobody comes with me, that's fine. But if you want to come along with me, please subscribe to my channel. We'll go on this journey together. And please give it a thumbs up, because then YouTube will, find me and share me with other people. And also leave a comment and tell me what is your goal for 2023. Are you trying to lose weight? Then let me know what your goal is, and we'll all work on it together. We'll go through this journey together, and we can, support each other, and we can be there for each other. And if we fall down, we'll just stand right back up and carry on. And that's how we're going to hit our goals. That's how I'm going to hit my goals. And I just hope you guys come along. I hope somebody wants to join me on my journey. So again, Happy New Year. I hope you found this video entertaining and informative, and I hope you join me. I'll do this alone if I have to, but I really want some company, so come along with me and we'll learn some things. And I've got a couple of things planned for you that I've never seen on any other weight loss channel. And we'll probably see the first of that tomorrow or the next day. But so again, we'll see you soon. Again, Happy New Year, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.